Kia ora and hello from Hutan Pantai. And today we're going on a treasure hunt. So for all those that don't want to know where the orbs are, I would suggest that you switch the video off now because there will be a lot of spoilers. So anyway, last month we got everything all prepped and we managed to get the map from Grandpa Walter, and it lists all the orbs that are available. So let's just make sure that we've got it visible. No. Okay, so will be one moment please. Okay, we're back again. So we should have the map from Uncle Walter now, or sorry, Grandpa Walter, and it will list all the collectibles. So I think what we should do is we should see if we can lease a motorcycle, because I think a motorcycle will be a lot easier. So we'll go down, grab that one, and here we go. Okay, I think that's the one we want. Let's lease it. Okay, and now we'll head over to the shop and pick up the motorbike, and we'll start looking for the collectibles. It's just a finishing touch for the temple area that completed a little while ago, so just thought it'd be nice to collect the collections and just see how we go. Yeah, it's a good chance to see what the map is all about, you know. There's a lot of places that we haven't been to in this Start From Scratch series, so it'll be a good chance to do some exploring as well. Oops, looks like we're holding up traffic. Here we go. Now I think there might actually be a collectible down here according to the map. So shall we see about collecting it? There it is. Okay, 23 to go. So let's head on over. And of course we'll need to sorry, ADHD brain's getting distracted. We'll need to change into some motorcycle equipment. So let's do that. I'm sure that they'll give us some motorcycle riding gear. There we go. That's what we want. But not sure about the red one. Yeah, I think the dark blue. Okay, so let's have a look at ourselves. Yep, we're looking good. Okay. Whoop, riding on the field. Shouldn't be doing that, should we? There we go. So, I think, let's have a look at the map. Yep, we want to follow this road all the way around. And we'll go up into the village. Got to be careful, the bike bounces around a bit. Okay. Oh, let's have a look. So these are the rice paddies, aren't they? Rice fields. The traditional ones. Usually hand planted and harvested by hand as well. And there we go, there's another one there. But yeah, when you have a look at it, you know, you look at the terracing on it and you know, how they're keeping the water in. It's quite neat. Okay, so the next one, so we've got some in the village to go and find. So let's head up the hill. Thought it'd be nice to try the new bike that was in Mod Hub. So it's nice to be back streaming again. I actually missed it. So yeah, it is good to be back and streaming. I hope you all enjoyed the videos that I released over the last week. It was a lot of fun producing them and doing some of that testing. And of course, you know, I might have to retest some of those when the new patch comes out, see if the new patch has addressed some of those issues. So I think I've got to sneak down here. Okay, looks like I've got myself stuck. Okay, we'll worry about that later. I was told it was in a tricky to access house. There we go. Okay. Definitely a tricky house to access, isn't it? You know, not one that you can really bring a car to, is it? Right, so it's the best way of getting to the next one. I think we'll turn around. Oh, it does shoot ahead, doesn't it? I wonder. Okay, have you ever looked at those stairs and thought, what if? What if we go down on a bike? Hey, I think that could be fun. Yeah. Okay, that was fun. I like the way when you go into reverse, the foot pushes us back. I do like that. Okay, so I'm thinking it might be down in these houses down here. So let's have a look. Here we go. Found it. Okay, so the next one is actually up in the hills. So I think we need to go down here. Okay, and it's actually up in the hills, right in the forestry area, I think, according to the map that we were given. I think we need to climb up here. Okay, and then I think we can scoot through the forestry here. Do a bit of trailblazing. Okay, so somewhere near here. Alright, I think we found it. Here we go, another one found. Now if we have a look at the map, there's actually one down by the railway station. So I'm thinking we might cut through. Try and dodge the trees. do like the amount of undergrowth that they've got in the forestries now. It is awesome. And we had a lot of new mobs over the last week while I was away. Poor Mr. Sealy P was at his wit's end trying to get through them all. He did a fantastic job though. He always does. And we've got a few new maps. Calmsden Farm was released, which was that was good. You know, I do like the English maps. Although I do like Oberschwaben as well. I did find a slight problem with that one, but hey, it's in beta, so you know, it's to be expected that there would be problems. And there appears to be a few problems with Calmsden Farm that Oxygen David is currently fixing, so that's good. And there was a North American map. Which was quite good. Okay. I think we need to Evel Knievel that one. Now, if you can remember Evel Knievel, you're as old as I am. For those that don't know Evel Knievel, he was a stunt motorcyclist from the 70s. He used to do a lot of motorcycle jumping from ramp to ramp. I think he once even jumped over the Grand Canyon. I just know that as a young child growing up in the 70s, everyone was trying to jump their bikes like Evel Knievel. Now, there was a rumour that someone saw a monk up on the railway tracks. So I'm wondering if he put a globe ball somewhere along here. So hopefully we won't get run over by a train. I think the viaduct is wide enough that if a train comes we can get out of the way. Unless of course we're unlucky and we have two trains at the same time trying to get past. But hey, I'm riding a motorbike, so you know, living dangerously comes all part of it. Speaking of trains, there we go. We don't really want to run into that. Oh, there we go. I think we found him. There we go. Cool. He did hide one up here. Then I heard a rumour that he was somewhere on the motorway. So I'm wondering... Yeah. Let's have a look. Hopefully we can jump over here okay before a car comes. So it looks like it's on the pillar there. There we go. Okay. So I think we're going to need to walk along this pillar like this. Yeah. And then just drop down there. Awesome. We've found another one. Now I wonder if we can jump across. Oh yes, we made it. Okay. So let's see if we can jump across here before a car comes. Now can't really get onto the road from here, so we might have to go over. Not sure if we can find a way down. There we go. Evil Knieveled it again. Okay. Now I believe there's one round on the rocks here. Hello to everyone that's in the stream. Hope you're enjoying it. Now we've got to try and find a way to get down to the rocks and along. I think it might be along here. Looks like it's along the coast. So let's have a look here. So yeah, we're looking for the orbs, so it's a big spoiler alert for those that might want to try and find it themselves. So just want to be fair and let you guys know. There we go, we've got that one, and looks like there might be one over there. So we'll head over there and have a look. The map is certainly very handy from Grandpa Walter. Not too sure how he got it. Whether the monk that planted all the globes around the area made a map, I'm not too sure. Grandpa Walter was very quiet when I asked him where the map came from. He didn't really want to say anything. So, but he said he was getting too old to try and find all the balls, all the orbs, so he wanted someone a bit younger. So there we go. That is just... That's a nice view. I do like that view. like I say, these are great because they give us a chance to go to places on the map that you normally wouldn't go to. And if you didn't have the map, you'd be going to a lot of other places to see if they're there. So it's a good way to see the map and admire the craftsmanship and the time that they've put into it. And just the small details, the rubbish bins, the chili bin as we call it, ropes, hanging lanterns, and the amount of undergrowth that's visible now. It's just really, it is it's a nice map, nice game, and when they get all the problems ironed out, which it takes time, unfortunately. We're all impatient. We don't if you asked a lot of people, do you want the game released now, or do you want to hold off for 6 months until we've tested it and got all the bugs ironed out? What do you want to do? I think most people would say, I'd like the game now. And in reality, that is what has happened, hasn't it? Everyone's got the option. It's a brand new game. No one forces you to buy it. The old game doesn't stop working all of a sudden, just because the new games come out. So you don't have to buy the game straight away. Look at the boats moving. That's such a nice touch, That's what you see when they're moored like that. They're just moving, and it's a nice touch. Now, looks like should be one somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. So, yeah, just because the new game's released doesn't mean you have to buy it. You can wait 6 months until all the bugs are ironed out. And I can remember when you brought a game, everything worked, it was fine, but that's not the reality nowadays. You're buying a new game, you're beta testing it for them. And if you don't like that idea, you don't have to buy the game straight away. You can wait. For me, I didn't want to wait. I was just so amazed at everything that they'd done that I just wanted to play it straight away. And there is some annoying bits, but that's just the way it is. So we've got a boy out there. Oh wow, the light's flashing. I didn't realise that. I don't think the lighthouse works as a lighthouse. I don't recall seeing it working. If you know whether it works or not, let me know in the comments. Yeah, gotta say hi to a few people in the chat. Just give me a few minutes. The chats that I have pulled up aren't actually recording yet, so I'm just going to fix that problem. Won't be a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Hi there, Whiskey Creek Farms. Hi there, Rocket Scientists. How are you both doing? Good to see you on the stream. Hope you're enjoying it, despite the technical difficulties that we have occasionally. And I hope you don't mind the old man waffling on like he does. Done a few contracts to this place. Yeah, some of the jokes can be a bit cringy, can't they? You know, fellowship and that sort of thing. But you know, it's okay. Okay, so I think there might be one over on the bridge there, so I'm wondering if we can scoot along here. Right, I think we can jump over this. I'm not seeing it anywhere here. I wonder if that crafty monk hid the orb under the bridge. Could be worth looking at. Ooh, that water's a bit nippy. Okay, we found another one. Be nice just to have a look around the playground as well. You know, it's something that you don't really look at unless you actually take the time. Yeah, just thinking about, you know, regional dialects and all that. Over here in New Zealand, that is what we would call a hot dog. A sausage on a stick with batter all around it. And yet, I believe in the States they call that a corn dog, because their hot dog is a sausage in a bun. Which, funnily enough, we actually call an American hot dog here. think the next one is along the coast a bit further. In fact, it looks like we've got two along the coast. So we might go out to the far one and then come back to the next one. Just the sound when you go off-road. Hearing the gravel. So many of you guys might know this area quite well, especially if you started at Grandpa Walter's farm. Okay, so I wonder if we can sneak down here. Amazing what these bikes can do, isn't it? Okay, so you'd think this would be a good place to hide it, wouldn't you? But it doesn't look like he's hidden it in here. Just the weathering of the paintwork. The islands with the trees. They've done a good job. Okay, looks like it might be out here somewhere. Let's see if we can clamber down these rocks. I like the rock pools that they've got. There we go, a little grotto in here. Yeah, I spent many hours as a kid sort of, you know, hanging around the rock pools and looking at the wildlife that were in the rock pools. So we actually did a school trip to look at the rock pools. It was a lot of fun. It does remind me of that, you know. It's just for a map to do that, you know, to bring back memories. It's truly, I think it's a fantastic thing. Okay, so I think we need to go back along the coast road here. And then we might go back into town. Yeah, I wonder what's an easy way of getting down there. Something about the sound of the waves breaking, isn't it? I actually remember in the early days of computing, I had a program that yeah, you'd get them in a magazine and you'd have to type them onto your computer and then click run to get them to run. It was a fairly simple little program, and basically it was a sound generator for having waves crashing on a beach. And you know, to have that kind of sound coming out of a, you know, 8-bit Atari computer, it was sort of, it was fascinating. You know, we never imagined being able to do this kind of thing in back then. I think it's quite good that, you know, Giants, as part of their collector's edition, released a, I think it was a 16-bit version of what the game would look like if it was being used on a old computer. So yeah, I think that's neat, just to give a little retro blast of, you know, what farming could have looked like before we had all this flash graphics and, you know, the graphics cards. So okay, how do we get there? I think we might be able to sneak down here. I know they're saying pedestrians only, but I'm sure if I ride quietly they'll be quite happy. Looks like there's one down here. Oh, there's one. Now, how many times have we been dropping goods off here and we've missed the orb? Not sure. Where? Oh, look at that. Hidden in the basket. Hey Jack Sarge Farming, I'm good. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Nice to be streaming again. I did miss it. Had a good break though. It was fairly good weather. Summer holidays here, of course, so you know, have to do the usual thing when you live on an island. You're never too far away from the beach, so had to go to the beach. Okay, so there's one around here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Hey David, do you know where you might be an orb around here? No? Okay. I think we all know why Grandpa Walter didn't give a map to him. Probably would have found an orb, laid down and looked at the clouds. He's an interesting character. Okay, so we found another one. So let's have a look here. What else have we got? So I've got one over there. One there. There's the hospital if I fall off the bike. Excuse me. Oh, nice. Yeah, controllers are good. Although I'm of the generation, controllers are always a bit hard to use, so I've always been more of a wheel and pedals person myself. But it is a bigger outlay, I do know that. In fact, it can be fun helping my girls playing on the Xbox because I've got to try and remember how all the controllers work. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, looks like we're getting wet while we're doing this now. Pantai High School. With a clock that seems to be working too, 9:05. So yeah, small little high school, but not bad. I'm not too sure why high school students would want a sand pit though. Now they've got a good cafeteria area here. And some good reading material. Farming, food, farmers' times. Definitely what every kid needs to be reading. Yep, thanks Jack Sarge Farming. Nice to see you here. Thanks for joining and enjoy your dinner. Okay, looks like there's the orb here. Okay, so looks like there's one around here somewhere. Can't see it anywhere though. Might have to go into the canal. Hope the water level doesn't rise too much. Hope there's some steps down. Oh, yep. Looks like it. What's the water level like there? Looks okay. Just a bit concerning with the rain, isn't it? You know, this looks like this is designed to be a big drain when there's a lot of rain, so I wouldn't really want to get caught in here. Ooh, there's the orb, so we might have to crawl under. All right. Right, let's check our main map again. Okay, looks like there might be something over at the gas station. How many times have I been at the gas station and haven't noticed it? That's... You just must run around with your eyes closed all the time. I don't know. I think we'll head back to the gas station. Navigating these one-way streets can be fun. I'm thinking of doing some map discovery tours of some of the new maps that have been released. I thought I might wait for Calmston Farm to be updated. Let me know in the comments whether you think that would be a good idea or not. Appreciate your viewpoints on that. Okay, so let's have a look. Oh, and I've just remembered what I've forgotten to do. I'll go and do that. Details, eh? You know, the visitor parking, hay bale security. Oh, and there we go. That's where the monk hit it. Now I forgot to do something back at the farm. It's actually probably very important. We need to pump more water into the rice fields. I think we might do that while we're here. The rice is looking pretty good. Water level is too low. Alright, that's better. So it's actually a good day to be hunting for the orbs. Our grass field is actually ready to cut at the moment. Might be an idea to get it cut before they patch it. Here we go. So it's ready to harvest. And as we proved before, first cut produces just as much as the second cut, so might as well cut it on the first cut at the moment. The patch may address that, and I'll possibly do some testing on that after the patch has been released, just to double check if that's been addressed or not. Yeah, they might put something in the patch notes about fixing it. If they haven't, then we can test it and see. Now, I think I need to... So I think we've just about found most of them. I think we've got a few up in the hills. Yeah, one just after the tunnel by the looks of it. So I might cut down here. After all, it is my land. I'm glad I've widened that grass field to be a bit closer to the road here. It makes it a lot better. Yeah, I like that map as well. Yeah, I think there's a couple of translations I've heard. One is it's Cheeky Badger, I think, and the other one was Naughty Badger, which I guess it depends on Google Translate at the time. Could be both, but yeah, it does look like a good map. I've had a quick blast around and had a look at it. I'm just thinking, am I getting confused with the Frankenmouth one? Yeah, that's right. The American one has, yeah, it's got some good racetracks on, some off-roading stuff. But yeah, for the other one's a 4 times map, isn't it? So it's actually quite good. And seemed to run okay on my system. My system's not a powerful system, so sometimes it can have trouble running 4x maps, but it seemed to run okay. Okay, let's ride along this retaining wall and try not to fall over. Okay, and there's the canal. Okay, I see a bit of glowing there. I'm wondering if that's where it is. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we've got 2 to go. Yeah, I've always find that a bit tricky because when I go onto a new map, I usually avoid going onto the start farm myself. I like sort of building a farm up, or you know, sometimes for me starting from scratch. That's a good way of doing it too. You know, starting with nothing and just doing a few contracts. But otherwise, I'll go in there and I'll buy a farm and set it up how I'd like it set up, and just do that. I find the F12 Power Tools app is really good, the mod for that. You know, I can give myself a whole lot of money, get everything set up the way I want it, and then right, there isn't a starting one on that one. Yeah. Right. Too bumpy, yeah. So it's a sort of the map that gets you to build your own farm then. So that's good. Yeah, today's been a bit of a blur for me trying to catch up with everything. I wonder if the monks had a little bit of an oopsie here. Let's have a look. It's a cart and a few boxes. I wonder if there's anything in the boxes. Oh wow, look at that. Spent a lot of time doing, you know, designing that and just making it look awesome. I see something glowing there. Okay. So we've got one more to find. Yeah, as soon as I got back from a holiday, it was sort of like I looked at all the mods and was trying to check it all out, check out the new maps. Sort of all become a bit of a blur, unfortunately. It's a shame that Oxygen David has to get rid of the flood. Because unfortunately the water's there all the time, or the splashes, the tyre splashes are there all the time. So you're going to have to get rid of that one, unfortunately. It's what's in the patch notes. Okay, looks like there's something down here. I wonder if we can get down here safely. Looks like a good area for a cave down here, doesn't it? You know, giants do like their caves, but they didn't really showcase any caves around, so I'm not sure. I usually end up doing a deadwood contract here and running around trying to find that one tree that I can't find. Okay. Oh, there we go. I see a bit of glowing. It's sort of got a cave, but not quite to the same extent that we had on some of the other maps. Okay, so we've found all the globes. So that was fun. Going around parts of the map that I hadn't been around before. Funny, I sort of set the goal of, you know, starting from scratch, and I wanted to have goats, I wanted to have rice, and I wanted to have water buffalo, and I wanted to see the temple built. And it's fun, but we've sort of, yeah, I've achieved all those goals now, and sort of think, you know, maybe it's time to move on to another map, but I'm not too sure because I've still got stuff that I want to do. I've got that field of oat that I'd like to use a MacDon pack on. But it is getting repetitive, so yeah, I'll have to decide what to do. Just the detail in this map, you know, with the little statues, the broom, a big bell, the seats, crates, and it looks like a drum. Gong. I would say this could be a noisy place at times. Bamboo. And I think up here, there we go, there's all the orbs. I bet the map makers had a lot of fun putting this together. Okay, so we've found all the orbs now. The temple area is now 100% complete. I definitely have a thing with signs, don't I? Knocking them over. I think it's time to return the bike. It's been a lot of fun to ride though. And kids, if you try this at home, riding a bike, doesn't matter whether it's a push bike or a motorbike, ride in such a way that every other road user has a personal vendetta against you and are literally out to knock you off. It's the only way to survive on the roads. So here we go, we'll return the bike. I guess I'll want their clothes back, so might get myself changed. Get a shirt on. Get our hat on. Put our glasses back on. And put our gloves on. Okay, so we're all ready for work again. So let's return that bike. Yeah, good to see you back there, Rocket. Okay, so I wonder if we can do a contract in time. Okay, I think we've got enough time to do a weeding contract. Not sure I can call it what it actually is. I might get censored by YouTube for using a derogatory term. Seems like farming has a few derogatory terms that YouTube doesn't like. Okay, so I think this is David's field. This is one that we got a lot of straw off the other time. He asked us to harvest it and let us keep the straw. So what's he growing in here today? Sorghum. Okay. I have to admit, the Steyr is not a tractor that I use very often. Possibly because they're not a common tractor in New Zealand, if they're in New Zealand at all. I'm not sure. I don't recall seeing them in the agricultural show. I do like the GPS system on this. It's really good. Now, I watched a video the other day from someone saying that they were very disappointed with Farming Simulator. And yeah, while everyone's entitled to their opinion, did I? That'll be why. I had Q to disconnect it. And just as he says he likes it and doing very well, it starts misbehaving. Go. Yeah, I was watching a video from a guy that was complaining about Farming Simulator, and he was saying that ground deformation wasn't really up to scratch, and he was comparing it to SnowRunner, which, you know, I watched Rocket do a live stream on SnowRunner, and he did a good job on it. But you know, to compare Farm Sim with SnowRunner, I think it's a bit unfair. You know, SnowRunner's got amazing mud effects and that sort of thing, but you are sort of channeled into certain areas. You know, whereas with Farm Sim, yeah, a bit harder, I think, because yeah, you can just go everywhere on it. But yeah, I don't know. I thought it was an unfair comparison. And I'll be honest, I don't think I want much like that. Snow Runner frustrated me so much when I played it. You know, I want to farm, I want to relax, I don't want to be getting stuck in mud and... I thought what was interesting in his video was he did a lot of things like ground deformation and the fog and that sort of thing. You know, crop damage from the tornadoes and that sort of thing. And he was basically saying, you know, no one really wanted that anyway. Which I know a lot of YouTubers did ask for that. But one thing he never looked at was the water physics and how much work Giants had done on improving the water physics. So yeah, I think he was a bit selective in what he was picking on. So yeah. Field 7's a fun one. You got to be careful you don't drive too far, otherwise you end up in the canal. Don't ask me how I know. It will be interesting with the new patch to see what sort of changes I've made to the graphics engine, whether I can up my graphics a little bit more without losing all my VRAM. It will be interesting for the console players to be able to play at 60 frames per second. Unfortunately for my system, I have difficulty getting 60 frames per second because I like to have a bit of the foliage distance and that sort of thing. So I usually play at around 30 frames per second, which I think and sometimes cause a bit of blurring and motion blur, but you know, it's not too bad. And when you think about it, you know, movies are like 24 frames a second, so you know, 30 frames is not too bad. You know, I can understand for some games people might need the higher frame rate just to give them an edge, where, you know, timing is everything and reactions is everything, but that's what I like about Farming Simulator, is it's not a reactive game. You don't have to have split-second reactions to play it. While I was away, I managed to pick up a boom arm for my microphone that has an anti-shock holder, so I'm hoping it sounds a bit better. It means that I've got the microphone a bit closer to my mouth, and hopefully you're not getting the same sort of noises from the keyboard and the and the steering wheel that were coming through before, so hopefully the sound quality is a bit better. Okay, so we're just about finished. We've just got the headlands to do, and then we've finished this contract. Easy money. Oop, bit of jitter there. So yeah, I hope Giants can improve the game, yeah, optimize it a bit more. That'd be good. Possibly my biggest complaint is you know, on my system I have a lot of texture problems with the Giants engine, and on something like Forza Horizon, yeah, which is technically the same sort of game, you know, you can go anywhere in Forza Horizon, so yeah, I think it's apples with apples. I don't have texture problems. I can run it on my system no problem, so it's sort of like, I'm not sure why Giants has so much trouble getting the textures right. You know, DirectX 12, I think Forza Horizon will probably be using DirectX 12, but yeah, Giants seems to be having trouble implementing the DirectX 12 textures. I know in FS22 if I was using DirectX 12 I'd have texture problems, but if I went back to DirectX 11 I wouldn't have the texture problems. So yeah, I honestly don't know. So I hope they can optimize it a bit more and you know, make it a bit more enjoyable for those that don't necessarily have a high-end system. I like doing contracts on this field. It's pays a lot, and it's so close to the dealership to pick up the equipment. Actually noticed that the other day. I was doing a test playthrough on Oberschwaben, a map that's in beta at the moment. I did do a discovery tour of it in the streams that I did the week before last, and I was doing a test play to see what's going, and I actually found there was an issue with one of the fields. Wasn't harvesting correctly, so I might hold off from doing a full let's play on that map at the moment. But it is in beta. He's upfront about it, and he is planning to release it for consoles. It was a map that was released in FS22, so yeah, I quite like the map, but yeah, just one of the farms wasn't quite harvesting correctly. You'd run over it with the harvester, but the crops were not harvesting. The other thing I'd like to see fixed with the patch is the manure system, the animal manure system. Hopefully they can get that patched and working properly. And the other thing that I would like to see, but would be very surprised, is if they could increase the percentage of the meadow field. Obviously I think we all want the meadow to regrow, which it's not doing at the moment, but for cows the meadow doesn't do much. I did some testing, and if you're just using meadow grass, the cows do not improve in health. If you buy them at 0%, which is what you do, they stay at 0%. They do not increase in health, they do not get to be breeding, and they don't produce milk. So yeah, I hope that they can fix that so that the cows can actually do something on meadow grass. Or if not, hopefully a very clever modder will work out how to do that. Got to put weeder down. Okay, 97% complete. $98, $99, contract finished. Okay, let's see about folding this up and then taking it back to the workshop. There's a nice little contract just to finish everything off with. Great. Okay, so let's collect that contract. And we'll head back to the farm. Don't think David will mind if I walk carefully through the field. So goats and sheep are, you know, they're fairly easy. They eat the meadow, So for this one I didn't actually use the meadow grass, I actually planted grass. And so, you know, they're eating bits of it and then it'll grow back each year. So what do we got? Yeah, we got a little bit of food, so that's good. And they're producing milk. And I did the same with the water buffalo. Had the grass planted, but of course they're not eating the grass because when they do, they don't produce anything. So we're giving them the TMR. I'll just give them a little bit of hay and a bit of silage. We've filled up our slurry. Wonder if I should put a slurry tank in and move some slurry out. Might look at doing that next time. But I think we'll call it a night there. Thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate the views. I appreciate the chats. If you've liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and feel free to subscribe so you can be alerted to when there's new streams. Feel free to share this with anyone you like when it becomes available as a video. And yeah, thank you so much for all your support. So you all have a good day, a good evening, or a good morning wherever you are in the world and at whatever time you're watching this. And until next time, see ya.